and we, so to speak, professionally lead the team throughout the week. And the team, they do the content themselves. They produce all the content. So the ownership is amazing when you leave on the Friday. And the people in the room are so proud of what they have managed to achieve in 5 days.
How's it going, everybody? Episode 31, Alex Bromwich Presents. I just hit the desk and made everything shake, so let's try and not hit the desk as well while we're at it. I'm here with Helen and Andrea. I'm going to let them introduce themselves very shortly, but I think that they've got some really interesting stuff to share about some new ways of working that we've started to use in different parts of the business. And I'm hoping you're going to find a lot of value out of this and you enjoy it. Please like, comment and share this if you think it'd be valuable to other people, and let us know what you think. You want to get us started, Helen?
Yes, so my name is Helen Björkman. I'm head of facilitation here at Tetra Pak.
My name is Andrea. I work as a lead facilitator in Helen's team.
Yes.
Yeah. So tell us about this new way of working and how you got here.
Yeah, how we got here. So it started 3 years ago when I built up a new department inside the company where we were doing mobile app development. And when I started the department, I realized that how we have worked earlier will not fly, because the demand on us as IT developers, as software developers, is completely different. Earlier we were running long waterfall projects where we launched our product or the software like after 1.5 years. And now the demand was, we want the first version, the MVP of the app in 3 months. And I realized we have to do everything differently. And one thing we had to do differently was how we work with requirements. And we started to do design thinking workshops.
Okay.
So during my second week as head of the department, we did a workshop, and during the first day I just thought, okay, this is the thing. And
you're smiling because you were there, right? Or
No, I wasn't, but I got a phone call in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So
yes. And in the evening or in the afternoon,
I'm really excited.
Yes, I called Andrea, who was actually on maternity leave.
Yes, I was.
Yes, and I said, Andrea, this is the work for you. We were not working together at that point in time. I said, when you are back, I want you to work for me.
Okay.
And after 1 year, when you came back, you started.
I did.
That's cool.
As a facilitator.
Yeah. Great. Okay. Carry on. Sorry, I didn't.
No. So we started from zero, you could say, and within 2 years' time, we had 7 Scrum teams, full stack development teams with a designer in each team, and they were doing design thinking. I mean, we use Lean UX as a methodology where we have designers in the team. And I had a small team of 2 to 3 people who were focusing on design thinking workshops as such. And I mean, we didn't start new app projects every week.
No, sure.
We managed to launch 8 apps during those 2 years to our field force. And so me and Andrea, we had to look for other opportunities outside the app department.
Yeah.
And I think the first one we started with was an SAP challenge. It was still a software challenge, but it was in the software world, so to speak, to understand how to meet the requirements when it came to e-business. And it played out quite well. And I think this was, let's say, we started with design sprints early 2017.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. And during 2017, how many design sprints did we run? Like 5, where we tested different business challenges. And it was quite interesting how it developed, because, I mean, we started with, you could say, software challenges, but we very soon ran into or started to do other challenges, which was more like new ways of working, improved collaboration with suppliers, how we interact with our customers. Yeah. We have done design sprint as pre-sale support. many different challenges.
Great.
Anyone's you would like to add?
No, but I mean, it evolved from being digital challenges to business challenges,
Yeah.
and how to work differently in business, and how to also elaborate.
And we also use other frameworks than design sprints. We use the Lightning Decision Jam from AJ&Smart.
Yeah.
It's a small framework. It's 1.5 hours. How to run a meeting differently with a clear agenda, a lot of ideation, but also with clear actions. You come up with the clear actions during the meeting. So it's not one of those meaningless meetings where you sit without an agenda and you kind of just talk, and when you leave you haven't decided or come up with anything new.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We also run canvases, business model canvas and value proposition canvas in the team. We are 5 people in the team now. So we are, apart from me and Andrea, we have Richard, who is also working as a facilitator. We have a very skilled designer called Rodrigo from one of our local partners here in Malmö, Cannes, and Malin, who is coming from CGI. So we have really managed to collaborate close with our partners in Malmö, which we really appreciate a lot.
That's really good.
This year, 2019, we will run 70 workshops in the team, 70, and out of those, around 20 are design sprints.
That's a large volume of work.
It
Yeah.
is. It is for sure.
Yeah.
And also, what is worth mentioning in this context, that we have used the frameworks that we got. Everything is built on design thinking principles. And as we have tried this out, it has evolved into us being capable of tailoring workshops as well.
Yeah.
So there are some things that we never compromise on, but we are a bit flexible on the timing so that we can cater for the business needs that we have within.
And just to give it a bit more framing for those who don't know, what does a typical design sprint look like?
Do you want to take this?
No,
or
you
should
take
I think you should
So,
take it.
okay. A typical design sprint consists of 5 consecutive days, and every day has a really clear focus.
Okay.
So it's a framework for solving complex challenges and testing those ideas and the prototypes during that week in a very rapid pace.
Yeah.
So it's about the context that we have done it in the enterprise context. What we have done and put emphasis on is that we have made sure to have a cross-functional team. We never compromise on the team and how we constellate the team. It's always people, we always have the customer in the room.
Or the end user.
Or the end user.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we're always co-creating in the room.
Yeah.
So the people around the table are actually the ones creating the content, which gives, I would say, tremendous concepts out.
Yeah. And we have 8 participants in the room. It's a cross-functional team. And we facilitate. We are always 2 people who facilitate. It's a lead facilitator and a graphical designer. And we, so to speak, professionally lead the team throughout the week. And the team, they do the content themselves. They produce all the content. So the ownership is amazing when you leave on the Friday. And the people in the room they are so proud of what they have managed to achieve in 5 days. On the Monday, we map out and understand the problem. On the Tuesday, we co-create on solutions. On Wednesday, we choose the solution to the problem.
Yes.
On Thursday, we build a digital prototype.
Yeah.
And on Friday, we test on 5 users or customers.
Perfect.
So you come in as a participant with a challenge which you think is so difficult, and you leave on Friday with a solution which is validated.
Yeah. Sounds like a very productive week.
It is. And I think for leaders of today, where the pace and the demand on change is so big and huge, I mean, you can't make it yourself. You have to have team helping out, and you have to be quick.
Because I'm guessing that, you know, with your experience from the IT world prior to the design sprint world, those sort of getting to that sort of outcome, we're talking months in a waterfall project before then.
Yes.
So that's got to be one of the key key differences that we're doing. We're delivering a lot more value in a much more shorter time window, cross-functionally, whereas before it would have been a very structured project. We would have spent a week just, deciding on who should be in the core team, or even a month doing that. So it's an extreme change in the way of working.
And the feedback we get from the teams are that they save between 6 and 12 calendar months, which is
I can believe that.
It is truly amazing. And I mean, you have experienced yourself. You have been running one with Andrea.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, in Denton in the office. Yeah,
Yes.
That was fun. That was a fun week. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And also, I experienced the one at the hackathon in Germany as well. Slightly different format, but a lot of the tools were the same. And then we did a little bit with one of the consultants on the UX design as well, which was also very good. So, for me, it was a really sort of transformative process going through the hackathon and then going through it and learning that there are different ways that we should get together as a group and focus down on work, rather than focusing on, actually just setting things up incrementally.
Yeah.
And I think that we've still got some way to get more parts of, everyone working in that way. But I think anyone who gets touched by it so far that I've spoken to is convinced that this is the best way to work in the future.
Yeah, and I just want to add a comment on this. It's not only the tangible outcome, in the sense that you have a prototype and the team has aligned. You have also built quite a strong team during that week, which can then take the prototype going forward. And I would say we often underestimate the fact of talking the same language and meaning the same thing. But if you can invest a week in doing so with your team, you are so well off in your project in form of tangible outcome, but also you have leveled the playing field for that project, which is a good thing.
And I think to everybody who listens to this fantastic vlog with Alex, and especially then this one with these two fantastic ladies. Yes, I mean, everybody who is in an enterprise context or want to move forward fast, there is a recipe, there is a solution, and it's not that difficult. There is even a book, the Google Design Sprint book, written by Jake Knapp. And I mean, the framework, we are surprised how solid the framework is, and that you can use it, like Andrea said, on all business challenges. I mean, there is a solution to difficulties out there, easy to reach out to.
Yeah, that's good.
And I would say that, for me at least, I have run a lot of design sprints now in this environment and in this context. I'm always amazed in the end of the week, and this is actually a Friday for me coming out of a design sprint.
Looking a bit tired.
But happy. But I'm happy and content. But I'm always amazed about the robustness of this framework. If you keep the different individual parts and don't compromise on them, you will have a fantastic outcome.
Yeah.
And I think that's important to emphasize. And as Helen said, we have done challenges from digital concepts up until physical machines with this process, and it works.
Yeah. And I think that we can, I see a few of the principles that you refer to that you can't compromise that come out. So, you mentioned one, which is you need a cross-functional team.
For sure.
You mentioned two, that you have to follow the process quite strictly, and the process will support you getting to the end goal. What are some of the other key takeaways that you've got from your experience of doing this that you think are really essential things to consider?
I think for the one who comes to us and they have, the challenge has to be huge, and it's normally very, very complicated. It's so complicated. Two smart people can absolutely not sit down and solve it on their own. And they are, we said, you just sit down on the chair during this week. You have made sure you have brought 7 clever colleagues with you, and we will make sure that you make it during the week. Don't worry. Trust the process.
Trust the process.
We will take care of you, and we will make sure that you have something extremely tangible and validated on Friday.
So not only are you trusting the process, but you're also trusting the facilitation through the process as well.
Yeah.
I guess that's one of the key things as well. You need good facilitators.
Yes.
You need a good designer that backs that up with quick realization of the prototype, because that's what creates your stronger engagement later on in the week, I'm guessing. At least that was my experience. When I did it with the guys in Germany, we actually had to make a prototype every day, including the first day, and then the evolution of the prototypes was a really interesting way of going through the process as well. So that was one of the things that I found very interesting.
And I also think, I mean, we don't have any stakes in the challenge. We are not biased. We don't care if they choose A, B, or C. We make sure that they are confident when they make the choice and take the decisions, and we make sure that they can take decisions based on the content we create during the week. So, and people appreciate that.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, and also what I think is important to highlight here, that this week is about understanding why we are doing stuff. We will not solve all the hows in the workshop. We will have a good understanding. But the important part is aligning on why. And then when we know that, it's quite easy to tackle the how part, so the more detailed parts. I want to highlight that we can't solve every challenge if we would like.
No,
even
I mean, we
would like in the design sprint, but it's a really good start. And what I also want to highlight here is that you need to make room after the design sprint to handle the outcome.
Yeah.
Because it's business as usual when you are back in the office on Monday, the calendar is full and you have this tangible outcome. Make sure to have time in your calendar to keep working on it. Yeah.
And normally when we run, the design sprint is part of a huge initiative.
Yeah.
So there is a dedicated team already. And if there is not, maybe we should not run it. We don't run the design sprint because it's fun or because it's something different. We want to try something out. We do have a true challenge that we are working on as a company.
There's an expectation of a business outcome.
Yes.
And it is, towards the beginning end of that process, but if there isn't a project that's going to take the result of that week and then run with it, then there is a much more diminished value to the activity itself.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I mean, who does not want to save 6 to 12 calendar months?
Sounds pretty okay to me.
Yes.
So yeah, that's good. Any final thoughts that you both of you would like to share, or any ideas on if someone feels a bit inspired by listening to you talk, what would you recommend they do as the next steps?
Buy the book.
Yeah.
Buy the book, Design Sprint.
I'll put a link in.
Yes. Go to YouTube and search on Design Sprint 2.0.
Yeah.
All exercises are there by AJ&Smart and other agencies. I mean, this is how we learned how to do it. We read the book and we watched the videos, and then after a few sprints we actually took some training as well, but we were quite good at it when we took the training.
And I think it's fair to say that it's very easy to find agencies or independents that can use this methodology almost anywhere in the world, right?
Yes.
Because it's extremely common in the software world, less common in the enterprise world.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, we have built up a fantastic global network. So if we need help from any parts of the world, there are facilitators available.
Yeah.
No?
Yes.
Okay. Great. Well, thank you very much, both. It's been a pleasure. It's been really interesting to hear about it.
Thank you, Alex, for having us.
Yeah, you're welcome. And hopefully we've inspired some people to look into Design Sprint. So thank you very much, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the video. As I said, give us a like. Please share this if you like it. And also make sure to check up Helen and Andrea on LinkedIn. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.